Hi, this is Stephanie Miller from The Stephanie Miller Show. Please enjoy this exclusive clip from my show on Political Voices Network.
So why not have another?
Because they
It's your
agreed
batting
that
average.
they weren't going to do.
Yeah, do
no,
it.
but here's the thing, and I like debating, and I thought I did a great job. I
Did
thought
you?
that was
Did
one of
you?
my best debates.
Oh.
But it gets spun and spun. It's so crooked. I thought it was one of my best debates. And they said I'm the GOAT of debates. I think I've done really well in debates.
Oh, my God.
Rosie O'Donnell, ask her. Ask a lot of other
Right,
people,
just
too,
there.
that are lying in the dust. But what happened is ABC totally violated their agreement.
No, they didn't.
No, they didn't.
No. Ask Rosie O'Donnell? Okay, I think we will. Let's see if we can
All
get
right.
Rosie.
I'll DM her on Twitter.
Donald Trump is literally starting to sound like a bad impression of Donald Trump.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
Even Conway acknowledged Harris was 1 for 1. That I mean, obviously won the debate, but I'm like, okay, yeah, talk him into it. Here we go.
And this guy, was debating me.
But why let that be the last word then?
Because
Yeah,
number one,
Do it.
we're winning.
do it.
Number two, it's very late in the process. The people are voting already. I would like to do another debate.
No, sure
I'd
you
like
would.
to do more than one
Would you?
debate. The problem is it's late. They turned down the Fox debate. And don't forget, I had 2 debates. I had to beat
You did.
Biden.
That one was early.
And then I had to beat her. And the one with her was very late, too.
Huh?
Okay,
He
do
doesn't sound
people
right.
know he's completely full of it? Debates are always in October.
Yeah.
The debates he did in 16 and 20 were in October.
Right.
We're at the same time frame.
Right.
It's
This
not
is his-
late.
It's his salesman technique.
Yeah.
You will
It
believe
is
anything he
interesting
says.
It is interesting listening to Kellyanne Conway go in so hard after him of like, are you really going to let them do this to you? You're like, whose team is she on right now?
I
Like,
know. Maybe she is on our
Is
team.
Maybe Claudia is actually
Maybe
getting
Geor-
to her? I don't know. Maybe George is
Maybe George
talking
has
some
pulled her.
sense into her.
Back to the line.
Maybe the divorce was fake.
Ooh, maybe they just want the reality show.
All right, one more.
I feel like you can pitch, you can bat.
Yes.
And people just want to hear, I think that last 5% that is decisive but elusive right now. Maybe wants to see the two of you together.
Well,
Look, some
part of the
people say
problem
she
is
brought her
this.
best game. I think she brought her only game.
Part of the problem is this. CNN wants to do the debate. And
Forget that,
CNN
you've
was
done
very
one of them.
fair. And they got
CNN.
killed because they were fair. And Biden was out of the race because of that. If we didn't have that debate, he'd be running now instead of her. And honestly, I think he's actually better than her, which is a pretty bad thing to say, but he's better than her. But CNN will go out of their way. They'll do what ABC did, where they'll have 3-on-1 or 5-on-1 or whatever.
Oh
it
my
is.
God. Okay.
So
All right.
I don't think you can get a fair
All right.
shake.
I just
but even
here.
if
Let
you
me just
did,
do that. And
I would love
it's the
to have-
same thing. The impression is basically poopy diaper, baby cry. Poopy diaper, baby cry.
It's rigged and it's stacked. Stephanie.
Rigged.
Stacked.
Okay. Dana, there's only a month left.
Thank the baby Jesus.
It's a teenage,
Well, you say
teenage
that,
baby
and
and,
then-
adult Jesus.
Yeah, there's 1 month till the election, and then the effery is going to come in
Yeah.
flying. So
Yeah, it's
just
not
know
gonna
that
end.
we've got 1 month to vote, and then we're going to have a long time before we find out what's going on because it's going to be a lot. So
I am
buckle in, everyone,
mainly-
and just know
It's
there are
like-
people doing their jobs.
It's like breaking up with a narcissist. It never ends.
Ends. Trust me, I know. Dana, I am concerned about pre-election, Marie, as well. Nearly 50,000 dock workers from Maine to Texas went on strike early Tuesday morning, sending the alcohol industry into a panic as brands scramble to prevent
I
looming
know,
short.
that's
We
the
cannot
problem.
run out of booze now.
No, you're not.
That's the problem.
This is getting serious now.
It's like Patton Oswalt said, you're going to see a lot of people chucking their chips into the ocean and being like, I'll see you in 4 years.
I mean, we were saying this Longshoreman Union president is a Trump buddy, and it's, he just said, this port will never open up again. I'm not playing, and again, I love this is actually Claire McCaskill had an interesting thought. She was noted Trump's entanglement with Teamster boss Sean O'Brien, who spoke at the RNC and refused to endorse Harris, which led to a revolt among some local chapters who would subsequently endorse Harris. So Claire said if Trump tries to take the side of big business and the shippers, he's got a whole bunch of rank and file guys and unions that are going to remain loyal to him. But if he comes out against the workers and said the government should stop the workers' ability to bargain, it's going to cause him real trouble. And the reason that the Teamsters are speaking up is because the Teamster leader's in trouble. He's in big trouble because he didn't endorse Harris, and he's got all these locals abandoning the national, which is unprecedented. In my time in politics, I've never seen locals abandon the national like they have the Teamsters. So this is messy and complicated. I have to hope, what's the law? Unintended consequences.
That's right.
That, all of these people are trying to help Trump win the election, and I just am not... I'm not sure how, obviously Netanyahu, I mean, there's so many players that don't have, I think, America's interests at heart that are trying to help Trump, don't you think?
I 100% agree with you. I think more than ever that we need to show them that they can't control this. They can't control the elections. They can't control this country. And we've got to get out and vote. We need to help people get registered while they still can before the deadlines are over. We need to make sure it's clear that they know if they walk in and they're not on the polls, they can get a ballot there in a lot of states. We just need to educate people on the rules around this election so that no voter walks out of a poll and goes, it's too hard. It's
Right.
just too hard.
Right. We should take a page from Kamala Harris. She recently told a host, "I eat no for breakfast," when asked what it means to be the first black woman as president.
I love
Eat
that.
no
I
for
also love that she's not talking about that, any of this historic stuff. She's not making it a point of her campaign. She's not talking about how she'll be the first female, the first black female, none of that. She is campaigning to be the president of the United States, and she is leaving gender and her race out of it. Other people are invoking it. She's not.
Yeah, that's right. Speaking of people trying to help Trump, Elon Musk, I just love this whole myth of he or Trump as being these great businessmen. Elon Musk paid $44 billion for Twitter. Major investment firm says it's now worth less than $10 billion. I'm not much of a businesswoman, Dana,
That's
but
not good.
That seems
Yeah.
not good. Not good.
Not good.
Right. Thank you, Moody's Analytics. Fidelity Investments slashed the value of its stake in Twitter. They initially invested before Musk's takeover at a nearly 79% reduction in value. Since his purchase for $44 billion, the platform has the revenue has plummeted by 50%. The financial toll on ex-investors has been staggering. The 8 largest investors in the platform have collectively lost $24 billion in value since Musk took it over. And meanwhile, here he is. He just claimed electing Trump is the only way to save the country from the tyranny of Democrats and illegal migrants. He claimed that Kamala Harris would naturalize enough non-citizens to turn the U.S. into a one-party state. Democracy is over if Trump is not elected to a second term. He said very few Americans realize if Trump is not elected, this will be the last election. Far from a threat to democracy, he's the only way to save it. I mean, I have never seen such gaslighting and such up is down and down is up, right?
That's why he purchased the app in the first place. And he didn't put his money up. He was bankrolled probably by the Saudis and everyone else
Right.
that came in. So to say that it's only worth $10 billion, this is why this whole deal happened, for him to take this and to use it to try and get Trump in. So he's making money on the back end. So the only people that are losing are the investors of the little men, the little women, the little people that are invested in this app that have now lost a ton of money because this guy wants to subvert democracy. That's the only reason this is happening.
I'm going to dead name it like he does his trans child, so it'll always be Twitter to me. Twitter, Twitter, Twitter,
Yeah,
Twitter.
always be Twitter.
Twitter. Okay. Speaking of which, oh my God, have you seen the new movie where Kathy Bates and Susan Sarandon play a lesbian couple and they have a trans child? Oh my God, it's fantastic. It's on Amazon Prime, I think.
What is it
Will and
called?
Harper
What?
on Netflix.
I forget. No? Is it Netflix?
No. Will and Harper on Netflix with Will Ferrell and his old
Will and
writer.
Harper.
That looks great.
Okay. Now, when I went to the premiere in Los Angeles. When I tell you need to watch this documentary, there's a scene in it that I wish the Harris campaign would get permission to take and play it in ads all over the country. It's a scene in a Trump bar, and it gives you a little bit of hope for America. But for those of you that actually, everyone should watch this. It's just about kindness and learning.
Yeah,
and
I wanna see
Will
it.
Ferrell, they're incredible.
I can't wait. Okay. I have enough insomnia to cover almost every movie that is out currently.
Just have the Kleenex next to you. I think I cried 3 times in the movie in public. Yeah. wasn't
Speaking
watching it at home.
Speaking of trans issues, have I mentioned that pretty much all Republicans are awful at this
They
point?
are, yeah.
So Representative Nancy Mace, Republican of South Carolina, put out the wrong statement on Hurricane Helene Monday,
Yes.
instead sending out an email on childhood genital mutilation.
Yes.
Representative Nancy Mace's statement on Hurricane Helene read the email. It was devoid of any mention of the hurricane. Instead, it talked about her introducing the childhood genital something, which would ban transition surgeries, blah, blah.
Children don't have those surgeries.
No, children don't.
No, they don't. You know who is having those surgeries? Parents are making intersex children have those surgeries.
Yes.
Over 200,000 a year in the United States are deciding what gender their child is, what sex their child is when they come out, because they have intersex organs.
Right.
So those are the kids that are being mutilated against their will, because obviously they're not old enough to make a decision, and that as they get older, all kinds of complications
Yep.
are happening. It's
Yeah.
not with trans kids.
Yeah, thank you. Well, election season is a sweet time of the year, right? As candidates coat their messages with lots of sugar to get your vote. Yeah, I said that. Now you can enjoy the sweetness of the election with authentic candidate cookies with the likeness of Kamala and Donald on your favorite butter cookie made by the famous deli in Chicago, Max and Benny's. You can purchase these once-in-a-lifetime cookies on the Stephanie Miller, Tom Harmon, and John Fugelsang websites. To order, go to our websites, click on the banner for cookie candidates, or go directly to their website, cookiecandidates.com.